some people are watching it. Today I welcome Susheel Thakur, who is an Nepalese by birth, living in Germany, has a very deep knowledge about this region of the South Asian regional cooperation of India, of Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Maldives. There are 8 countries. Afghanistan, I think, joined a couple of years ago. And probably you are introducing yourself a little bit, who you are and where your experience is coming from.
Hello, namaste to everyone. Yeah. This is Susheel. By education, I am an engineer. By profession, I am a businessman. I am living in Germany since last 1 year, and having a business background of 15 plus years in the sector of education, healthcare management, and pharmaceutical, automobile. These are my business experiences since last 15 years. I'm relocated to this industry to explore the potential business opportunity, how to interlink German or European business industries and entities to get their product and service to emerging economy of Nepal, India, and SAARC country. So, SAARC.
I think it's.
Yeah. Please.
Sorry, I think it's at the moment, if you look at the whole world, it's kind of in a disruption. Means you have a battle between China and the United States. Europe is somewhere in between, and some markets are at risk. And our both idea was just to give insights of an interesting market, this Indian market, firstly, and as well Nepal and the surrounding neighbors, which could be very valuable for, especially for SMEs in Europe and Germany, to get a closer look to.
Yeah, of course. Actually, post-COVID, or you can say the races of economic races between India and China. Yeah? So India is one of the finest markets. It's growing very well. Now is the business entities have to reconsider their business model and supply chain. As of now, as a German industry, completely dependent on the supply chain of China. But now is the time you have to rethink about your business and your supply chain and business model, and immediately, quickly, you have to adapt with the scenario is ongoing. So India is one of the finest place with 135 billion of population. Yeah, and
it's a very huge market, definitely, and a huge population, and I agree completely. And if you look at really the situation of the supply chain, which are really are disrupted as well, I mean, if there's lots of traffic between Germany and China, if you look at, well, in this COVID crisis, where this machine producing the mouth and face mask coming out of Germany, sent over to China, and then sent back the products produced in China, something it's awkward as well. Yeah, lots of generica pharmaceutics are more or less invented in Germany, Switzerland, more or less, or in France, and then produced in China, and then you don't get them back at the proper time. And I think that's what your point was. There was supply chain.
Supply chain. There's the trust deficit, the global trust deficit in the Chinese supply chain. Yeah, it's also encountered during some incident. The product they have supplied to Italy or Switzerland or even in India, some of the product they have supplied is not up to the mark as per the quality they have expected, even during this crisis of COVID. Yeah, so there is a trust deficit also, and definitely the global economy is thinking to establish a new supply chain rather than completely depending on China. So why not this industry focus in India, where your investment policy, FDI policy, less bureaucracy, everything is getting ease of doing business. All these sectors are getting reformed in India itself.
Yeah, absolutely. And if you look at this market, this South Asian Association of Regional Cooperation, it's a proper name. I think it was founded in '85. And in terms of market size, it means you mentioned the population of China itself.
It's around 130 billion. 130 billion, 130 billion of China, 130 to 35 billion of India. But in global context, if you see the population of SAARC, okay, it's around 21 to 22% of the global population you are going to make for your business. 21 to 22% of global population is huge for any business. Yeah.
Yeah. No, and plus as well, the GDP is quite large in terms. Just to give some further insight, even China thinks about joining this organization, but I think India is opting against it more or less out of the reasons, because if you look at the stability index, and India has a democracy, is a democratic country, and compared to China, means as an investor or as somebody who's producing there, you have more political stability probably than in China, if you look at Hong Kong and stuff like this.
Yeah. So actually, China is trying to join the organization, SAARC organization, but it's a dominance of a power class. Who will be the leader, China or India? After so, India always opposing those moves, not to let China enter in our cooperation, because it's an old organization. Secondly, all those SAARC countries, if you see, India is the largest democracy of the world, and all those SAARC countries led by India due to the cultural inheritance in between all those SAARC countries, like Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal, Bhutan, and recently, a couple of years back, the Afghanistan has also have joined the organization. Yeah. So while we are taking consideration of market, so India will be the India is the biggest market. Now, how we enter in the market to enter in the 135 billion market? Why not to test your product? If you are a SMEs, not a big organization, you have $1 trillion in your bucket to spend on. For the SMEs or the new innovators or new invention who are the small organization, you can't directly enter into 135 billion population market, because you can't afford the cost of those markets immediately.
Yeah, so, if you're talking entering the market, for just to give more insight for the audience, you have two things. You have this B2C market of the Indian or Nepalese area as a customer, or you have as well the market to produce, to get the supply chain to produce for worldwide distribution, if you like. And
there's a two B2B or B2C. The one, you have to build a supply chain to produce here in Europe. Okay.
Exactly.
To produce here in Europe.
And your point is really to enter this market via Nepal to test it. Yeah, it's really an agile approach. I'm talking as well lots of agile transformation. You're doing in a small, safe, failed test in Nepal to test how it's working in a market with more or less the same behavior, with the same mindset of people, like India. That's what you're saying.
Exactly. Not just only India. It's the same mindset of China, Bangladesh, Maldives, Bhutan. So you can, once you test your product in one particular country, like a small country, Nepal. Why I'm focusing Nepal? I'm from Nepal, and I know the market. I know the market, how it reacts. Being in business for 15 years, I know the taste, consumer behavior, consumer taste, how this market responds, and how the expansion goes on. So it's the safest market to test your product. Or you can come directly to this market through FDI, some of the lucrative and most demanding sector. You can see, you can say as a context of Nepal. So you can enter into this market in different sector directly as an investor through FDI, some healthcare sector, hotel and restaurant. Nepal is the finest tourism destination in the world. So, and then hydroelectricity, beverage, and cement. These are, in my observation, these are the finest area you can invest on. Suppose Nepal has democratic country and federal country. There is now it's a 7 states. So
Mm-hmm.
huge lack of healthcare infrastructure. As
Mm-hmm.
I'm associated with healthcare industry and pharmaceutical industry, especially in the trading. So
Mm-hmm.
I feel that still in Nepal, in 7 states, it requires 7 specialty hospital, super specialty hospital. Then at least 50 specialty hospital and at least 70 general hospital. The big
Mm-hmm.
player in the market, they can consider Nepal as a lucrative business. Not there is a hype. Nepal means hydroelectricity, tourism. No, no, Nepal is not about just the hydroelectricity and tourism. There are also other sectors where
Mm-hmm.
you can invest and make money as a businessman by providing innovative and up-to-date modern service. Suppose
Mm-hmm.
I'm speaking about the hospital. Hospital is a need-based luxury industry. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the customer need high-end solution, excellent service, yeah, equipments and delivery. It's lacking in those sectors. Same in India, healthcare industry is booming up. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
the Indian government is post-COVID. They have invested huge investment in healthcare industry. So it's an open market. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Secondly, you can consider the second market as it's aviation industry. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Not a manufacturing, but India is rapidly investing in developing a new airport to connect their regional cities. Yeah.
Yeah.
So infrastructure development is one of the key business area, or aircraft maintenance or equipment supply, industrial supply. Suppose the Germany technology are renowned in the world. So you have opportunity to industrial supply. Either if you are considering for the new industrial establishment in Nepal in different sectors, food, beverage, healthcare, or cement, steel, and
Mm-hmm.
as well as in India. Also, Nepal, for your information, Nepal is building 3 international airports.
Mm-hmm.
And
It's
recently,
it's accessible. I agree there completely. I think the point is where investors are looking to is as well the stability of a region. If you're putting money into and building plants and factories to produce for large scale production worldwide, you
yeah,
need stability, and that's one thing. The second thing is you need an educational
of course,
system which is working.
yeah,
And as well, if you're looking at the B2C market, you need this per capita income.
yeah,
And if you're looking then in this index, I know index sometimes misleading, but
yes,
there I think India is quite. It's a kind of babbled country. You have high tech,
yeah,
high education,
yeah,
university with a worldwide good reputation, but as
yeah,
well, lots of people are still don't like China, 40, 30 years ago, yeah, if you like.
yeah, yeah,
Except India, the education system is much better already, and you have a broader uh, uh, people living in the middle, yeah. But there's a huge potential for those index. This HDI index is called
yeah,
this
of course, yeah,
health development index, and there I think India is all. I mean, China's position 87. They
yeah,
crawled up year by year. India is I think 130. It's not very far away in terms of total figures. I've written that before we did this. Means India has a
yeah,
health index of 0.64
yeah,
compared to, for example, China has some of 0.7. It's very close.
yeah,
The top notch is Norway, nearly one, yeah, 0.95, and Germany is on position 5. And it's a long way to go. But
yeah,
as an investor, you look for potential. Yeah,
yeah, of course,
you don't look for saturated market like Norway and Germany, and India. Therefore, is and this whole region is a chance.
yeah, definitely, I agree with you. In regard to SR, human resource development, yeah,
Yeah.
as India education system is revamping, we always undermine Nepal. Okay, because it's a small country and always branded as a country of unskilled people. Okay,
Yeah.
or in Europe, it's mostly the Nepalese means Gurkhas. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I'm running my own institution and an engineering institution and management school in Nepal. So Nepal education system is changing every year, year by year. Right now, you can find the European education in place in Nepal since last 12 years.
Yeah.
Some European universities have entrance through aesthetic entrance because in education sector there is a huge potential. So some universities from UK, Switzerland, Malaysia, Thailand, even my India, some university are tied up with the local institution to provide their education in Nepal. And for yesterday, I have one
Mhm.
meeting with the leading universities system rector here in
Mhm.
Berlin itself.
And
So you can't believe that
Sushi,
100.
how
Yes, yes, go ahead, please.
and Sushi, how would you suggest companies in Europe or smaller companies in Europe interested to go there to Nepal to test? What should they do if you have an idea? Can they contact you directly and you open up to the development agency of this region, or how can they approach this?
Yeah, no, all those European manufacturers, small or big, those who are willing to enter in those markets, I'll be happy
Mm.
to form a business strategy, a market strategy, and market penetration of their products and service into Nepal. Because I have already done, my company has already done such activities, still in the same activities. So together we can build a
Mhm.
reliable network to enter on those markets, not just in Nepal. To test your
Mhm.
product, I would be happy to assist you to entering in the Indian market through our diversified network and a reliable network. As I'm into this business since last 15 years plus, 15 years. Yeah?
Mhm. Yeah.
So we welcome all those manufacturers, small or big, is a pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, cosmeceutical, or healthcare, or food or beverage, or it's a winery industry or machinery industry. So let's join and explore the market, the potential of those markets. Test your product. I can assure you, you are not going to fail your business. You will have the sustainable growth with exciting opportunity to explore 21% of the global population and
Yeah.
one of
Yeah.
the emerging business market of India by 135 billion of population.
Yeah, it's I think the pure figures are really fascinating, Sushil. It's a huge market, that's for sure, but
Yeah,
it's as well developed in the sense that if you want to produce, you find educated people working, the
population. Yeah,
workforce is there, you have the political stability,
yeah,
uh, at least in India, because Afghanistan is joining as well. I
yeah.
think you would argue it's more difficult for an investor to invest.
Yes, of course. Yeah,
Um, and to test case, to be agile as an agile
yes.
approach, you can use Nepal as a test market to find out, to adapt the products to the taste,
Yeah,
from design, from features, to the demands and needs of this population group. It means you can tailor-made them, or if you're going to production scaling, large worldwide production, then you can diversify your markets and trying to reduce your dependency of a supply chain from China,
and
and as
yeah,
well from other countries we
yeah,
have.
definitely,
And it
definitely.
makes absolutely sense. Sushil, how can people contact you? Because they can
Uh,
email you, or
They can email me
yeah,
or they can reach me at my cell phone number. I am available in Berlin. Yeah.
yeah.
Or even they can contact you directly. We'll be happy to work together because we are in the our network. We are in the loop. We are trying to give the platform and access together to the companies to those Southeast Asian markets or South countries, India or Nepal. So I'll be happy if someone interested or interested, they can contact you
Mhm.
and together we can work on those assignment and project together.
Yeah. Shall I can in the chat feature I can put in your full name, yeah, and your email address if you like, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
I will do that straight away now. We are both testing, Susheel and myself, how that is this working with Restream. It should be the name already, and I put in your mobile number. And do you have as well? I see from your contact, I see only your Gmail. Do you have another email address?
No, I'm right now using Gmail address only.
Yeah, it is okay, but it's working. Gmail is the biggest email system worldwide. Anyway, yeah. Sorry, two times your phone number doesn't make sense. And sorry, guys, for everybody who's following this session. We had so much troubles with Restream because we tried to do it simultaneously on YouTube, LinkedIn, and Facebook, but Facebook was the limiting factor. Yeah? Probably the limiting factor was the German telephone, the network, the telecommunication network. What is listed 37 worldwide. We have to, as a developed country, Germany should feel ashamed about that. Yeah.
No, it's not. It's not the country. It's the service provider who need to think about it. Yeah, because she is not providing the good service or better service, you are going to lose your business. I have a very bad experience with one of the leading service provider in Germany. I can't even express. I haven't expected. But one of the worst service I have got and mental harassment by this company. How they can play a customer like that one? Even I haven't experienced. Least development country you are ranked in Nepal. Even sometimes I feel my internet service or telephone service is better than Germany.
That's true. You have some advantages in Germany, definitely. Susheel, we are more or less over the time already. Means we started 7 minutes late, and we're now 10 minutes over. Means we are even 3 minutes longer than expected. I thank you so much for your insight of this, I think, really fascinating market. And I think we will do another one as well on LinkedIn, but only on LinkedIn, where we put some more slides on it just to give more background. That was more some kind of a teaser to make appetite for this market, and to give the chance as well for all the LinkedIn community to get into contact directly with Susheel if they have an intention to test this South Asian region over or via Nepal. Thank you.
Definitely. Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you for your time, and stay happy, stay healthy, stay safe. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Have a nice day.